Okay, to the girls that who already joined the class, good morning. Can you please rename your Zoom name to class, roll number, nickname, and last name? Please use the rename to change your name to class, roll number, nickname, and last name. Jennifer, please put your class before your roll number and your last name too, Jennifer. Liu, who's using Liu Vintage Rose, please rename it and follow the Gmail format. The Gmail name format, class, roll number, nickname, last name. Look at the names of the other students. It's already set, like Ging, 2, Pin, Mimi, very good. Plus, very good. Focus. Focus, please put your last name. Organ, very good. Anna, Guard, thank you. Nam, Wai, thank you. So we're already 55 right now. The other girls who didn't rename their name yet, you can do it later on, okay? Because our time is running. And the other girls are just joining in. So good noon, everyone. Is it already noon? It's not yet 12, it's 11, so it's morning. Good morning, everyone. Hello, can you answer? Can you hear me?
Good morning.
Good morning,
teacher.
Okay, good morning, teacher. Good morning, teacher. Good morning, everyone. How are you right now? I have my video here. Can you see me clearly? Yes, okay. So I can see that some of you has a video, some of you doesn't have. That's just fine. And I'm wearing my kitty headphone. All right. So right now we will have our online session about Google Classroom and Zoom Classroom because we will have our online course for the meantime because we have this issue about the COVID-19 pandemic. That's why we're being safe. We want all of us to be safe. That's why for the meantime, we will have our online course. Okay. So I'm just need to let the other girls join in. Fayley just joined in. Wait a minute. Okay. So this is an orientation on how to use Zoom and Google Classroom. I will make it fast because we will only have 40 minutes. Now, if you have questions or if you have a problem with your Google Classroom or Zoom, please unmute your microphone and ask me, or you can raise your hand. Is it okay? Understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is my voice clear? Is my voice clear? Yes. Okay, good. So let's start right now. I will just let Cream join and air. Wait a minute. Okay, so 59. So I think it's okay. All right, so let's start with our Zoom etiquette or our attitude when we are having our online class in Zoom. Okay, can you see my PowerPoint right now? Yes? Okay. All right. So before we start joining in our Zoom class, we need to make sure to do these things and follow these things. One, identify a workspace. So right now we are at home, and of course there are other people like our parents, our sisters, or there might be a noisy background. Please find a quiet place to sit down where you have your desktop computer or your iPad or laptop or even your tablets or phone. So be sure that it is quiet and you will not be distracted when you're having your Zoom session with your teacher. Next one is, since we're using a computer or a device, we need to make sure that it is fully charged or you have your charger with you when you're having your session. So just in case your battery becomes low, you can charge it immediately and you can stay online. Next one is, please join the class on time. So for those girls who are late today, our session should be
น้องโทษนะคะ
earlier
รา
at
คานี้คือข้างบนข้าง
11.
ล่างไหม
I
มันจะ
mean,
มี
I
อัน
think
อันนี้มันอยู่ในแบบ
10:45.
ที
So please be sure that you join early before the
แล้วเฉ
Zoom
พาะตัวล่างนี่
session
เท่าไหร่นะ
because
โทษ
it will take a lot of
ขายคู่
time.
อ๋อ แล้วเปลี่ยนตรงนั้นได้
Hello?
ไหม
Hello?
หรือต้องเป็นแพทเทิร์นนี้ อ๋อ โอเค
Hello, Ajahn Zheng, is that you?
ก็จะสั่งตัวนี้อีก2 4ตรงนี้ อันนี้ก็คือ
Hello?
แพทเทิร์นเป็นตู้เต็มทั้งหมด
Okay, so girls, if you are using if you have your microphone right now, be sure to mute it. I have the option to mute it actually, but I want to talk with you and I want to interact with you. If you have questions, you can ask me, okay? But actually, the teacher should mute all of you, and you only have an option to raise your hand if you need to ask a question. But since we're just doing an orientation, I will unmute your microphone right now. Okay, so you have an option to mute it or unmute if you have a question. So let's go back. So what I'm telling is, please join the class on time because the Zoom session will only have a maximum of 40 minutes per session. So it is much better if you will join the class 15 minutes or 10 minutes before the time so that it will not be hard and it will not eat the 40 minutes Zoom session of your discussion about your lesson. And please follow the instructions of your teacher. Now, if the teacher said that you need to raise your hand if you have a question, or if the teacher asks you to answer a certain question, you can unmute your microphone, okay? You can have the option to unmute it in the right side of your Zoom application. Okay, but again, make sure to mute it all the time so there will be no noise in the background while the teacher is discussing. So please follow this one. Again, look for a quiet place. Next is charge your laptop. You need to have your charger with you also. Please join the meeting 10 minutes or 15 minutes before the time and always follow the instruction of your teacher. Next, when you join in a Zoom meeting, you have two options, either to go on the application and join a meeting by clicking the join meeting and putting the meeting ID. This is where you will put the meeting ID here. So you will, the teacher will send it or post it in the Google Classroom. So you need to check your Google Classroom all the time. Next is, before you click the join, you need to set your name in here. You need to follow the Gmail format that we have. So this is an example for M1. So in your case, you need to have your class like 318, and then your roll number 10, and then your nickname and your last name. Always follow that format before clicking the join button so you don't need to rename over and over again. Okay, so that is one way you go to the Zoom app, and another way is to go to the Google Classroom of your class, and the teacher will post a link. The teacher will post a link of the actual Zoom session together with the time, or you can also see the meeting ID in here. So it's easier if you will just click this link that the teacher provided, and it will ask you to open the Zoom app, and automatically you will go to Zoom app and there will be a waiting. There is a pop-up there that's telling you that please wait, the teacher will allow you to join the class, or wait for the teacher to admit you inside the classroom. That is called the waiting room. It's like a queue. Okay, you need to wait for the teacher to let you join the class. All right. Okay, so someone just joined in. So those are the two ways on how to join the Zoom session. Again, by app, this one, or to join a meeting using the link. Okay, using the link. Which one is easier for you? Works fine. Next one, when you're already in the Zoom meeting, this is what you will see in your desktop. The first one that you need to check is your audio. So it is in your lower left, okay? The lower left of your screen. So you have the option here to check or to check the headphone that you want or the microphone that you want, or test if your speaker or your microphone is working. You can click the test here, okay? So that is your audio. Next, some of you has a webcam, some doesn't have a webcam, some doesn't have a video. That's just okay. So if you want to turn on your video, you can turn it on using this button. Or if you don't want to have a video, you can turn it off using that button as well. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Pleng. Thank you, Grace. Okay, next, let's go to participants. Okay, so this is the participants button. If sometime you don't see the names of the other students or your name, you just click the participant button, and on this side, on the right side, you will see all the names of the people who are inside the classroom, okay, who are inside in the Zoom session. And that is where also you can rename your name. Okay, let me just go back to that, sorry. Okay, all right. Okay, so let me go back to that one. Participants button. This is the right side where you will see the names. And this is where you can actually rename your name if you forgot. But again, it is a must that before you join the Google session or the Zoom session, is that you change your name by the class, roll number, nickname, and last name. Okay, so you don't need to rename anymore. Next one is the chat. Okay, this is the chat button. Beside the Google Classroom is the chat. So when you click it, it will be on this side, the lower right button, but the lower right part of your screen. And you will see that there is a chat box in here where you can type the message. So you can send it to everyone if you want everyone to see what your message is, or you can just select a certain people to receive the file or they receive the chat privately. Okay, so you have the option to make it seen by everyone. It's the public, or privately, just select the student or the teacher that you want to chat. For example, you have a question to the teacher, then you need to select the teacher's name and type the message and click send. Okay, and in the chat room, you also have the option to upload a file. Now, files like picture, like Microsoft Word, like Microsoft PowerPoint, but you only send the file if the teacher requests you to send something while doing the class. Okay, again, always follow the instruction of your teacher. You can only send files if the teacher asks you to do so. So if just in case the teacher asks you to send your file in here, for example, your presentation to be shared to everyone, you can click the file and go to your computer. So you can upload the file in here and click send. So it will be seen in this part. Okay, raise hand. Someone raise her hand. Okay, she put it down. Okay, so raise hand. So for example, someone raise hand or chat. Hello there. hello Pleng. So that's how you send it privately. Just like what Pleng did right now is she chose my name and she sent me a private message saying hello. Or if you want to ask question, you can use the chat, or this option lets the teacher see you raise your hand virtually. So there will be an icon that you are raising your hand. For example, you want to get the attention of the teacher, you want to ask something, you click the raise hand, and there will be a hand popping up to the teacher's application. And then it is up to you if you want to send the teacher a private message about your question or unmute your microphone so you can talk to the teacher and actually tell your question or your problem. Okay? Now, when the teacher already finish solving the problem or telling the answer, then there is a button here that's saying lower hand. So that means you want to lower your hand already. It's already finished. Okay. So that is about the chat. Again, you can send public message, private message, upload a file, or raise your hand in here. For the participant, again, these are the participant names on the top right corner, and you can rename your file in here. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I want
Yes.
to make sure that all of you are listening to me right now because I cannot actually see you. I can only see my PowerPoint and my screen. Okay, now share screen. Let's go to the next one, the share screen button. In here, the middle one. So you can share your screen just like what I'm doing right now. I'm sharing my PowerPoint or my screen with you. You can also share your Microsoft PowerPoint or your presentation when the teacher asks you to do so. For example, that the teacher wants you to do a presentation and the other students will listen. So you can click this button, the share screen, and you will see this pop-up window in here. Select a window or an application that you want to share. So you can share your screen or you can share your PowerPoint. So you can share your screen in here. We'll change it to red, I think. Screen. Or you can choose a PowerPoint that you want to share. So that means it will be locked to the PowerPoint, to the certain PowerPoint. The other students will not see the other things like paint. They will not see this one. They will only focus on what you want to share. So when you already selected the file that you want to share, you click this button share and everyone will already see it. Okay? Someone chat. Oh, okay. So, just to remind you girls that the chat is used only if we have questions about the lesson. All right? Avoid using it to make fun or to send to send messages that is not related to the lesson. Okay? Is it okay? Okay? Yes,
Yes.
okay. So avoid doing that. For example, the teacher will say, whoever sent a smiley will have -5 on their grades. You don't like that, right? Okay, so back to sharing. So this is the basic one where you can simply share a file to the class, or you can also have this option of advance where you can only share a specific portion of your screen, like some part. Example, you want you want us to only see this part. Okay, so it will let you select which part you want to share only. Or if you want to have an audio only, you want us to listen to your voice recording, you can select this one. Or a second camera, you can use this one. Okay, next is files. You can also have an option to share files from the Google Drive. That means that you upload your file in the Google Drive. Please bear in mind that whenever we use Google, we always use the school email, the email that the school gave us, which is that at srn.ac.th. Please you always use that. Do not use your personal email, because the one that can only access the Google Classroom are the school emails. Okay, so if you want to upload a file, you use your SRN email and upload the file there and share. You can share the file in here in the file section. Okay, so that's how you share your screen. Again, let's go back. You can have a certain window or a file. Next is a certain part of the screen. And next is a file from the Google Drive. Okay, so when you're sharing an actual PowerPoint, just like this, for example, this is the sample screen that I'm sharing right now, you can actually write on it or do something like highlight something or put a text. And that is where the annotation goes. So on your upper, okay, I think my PowerPoint was closed. Okay, there. On the upper part of your screen, there will be a button there about annotate here. So you need to click it and there will be an option for you to use a text in here. So when you use this, you can type. If you want to draw, you can draw a highlight just like what I'm doing right now. You can have a highlight or you can have a pencil to highlight certain words. Oops, someone just wrote something. Okay, so in this session, I let the other students or the other participants write on my screen share. So it is also possible, but again, only use it, for example, if you want to ask a teacher about, teacher, what is the meaning of this? Or can you explain this further, teacher? Or about this reason too. Okay, so again, as what I've told you earlier, the session is only for 40 minutes. That's why it automatically turned off after 40 minutes. So let's wait for the other girls to join the session again. I'm sorry. Again, we exceeded the 40 minutes. That's why it turned off.
Teacher, is it time out?
Yes, it timed out because we exceeded the 40 minutes already. Supposedly, the session should only be within 40 minutes. So we need to join the meeting again. Okay, 41.
Okay.
So let's wait for the other girls to join again. Please wait a moment. That's why I am telling you that before you join, you need to set your name already to the number, the class, the number, the nickname, and the last name. So it will not take some time for the teacher to remind you over and over again. Okay, we're 46. So earlier we're 50 something. Let's wait for the other girls. Okay, 46. 14:08. Okay, 51. Okay, are we already all here? Someone didn't join yet. Okay, so what I'm telling earlier is that there is an option that you can highlight or write in your presentation when you are sharing. Again, it is only used when needed. You needed to clarify some word or you needed to point out to teacher what things or what question you don't understand, or for example your math teacher wants you to solve something, so you can write here for solving the problem on how you will solve the math problem. You can use the annotations. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So Jane and Cream will join 55. Okay. All right. So annotate, sharing screen, we're already fine. The rename, the raise your hand. So I think the Zoom session is already clear. Do you have any questions about Zoom? Do you have any questions about Zoom right now? Okay, nothing. So I think the Zoom is already clear. Let's go to Google Classroom. Okay, someone chat. When we highlight, does it shown on every participant? Yes, it will be shown to everyone by day. Okay, thank you for your question. Thank you for asking. Whenever you highlight, everyone in the class will also see what you do in the screen. Okay, any other questions? Okay, let's go to Google Classroom right now. So again, you need to sign in using your school email, the srn.ac.th account. Then on the Google Classroom, you have your classes in here listed. So it will show like this, the classes here. All the classes will be in here. So since you are a student, you will see this example. So let us have an example about my class in M1. All right. So you want to go to that certain class, you click it, and the teachers will post the schedule of Zoom in there. We need to use the SRN email or my private email to sign in Zoom. Um, uh, Private, I think it will be your private email. In the Zoom session, you can use your private email, but when sending work, like sending work to the class, you need to use your school email. Okay? When it comes about you're sending your homework, your project, your files, going to the Google Classroom, please use your school accounts every time. But the Zoom application, you can use your private accounts. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Cream, for asking. So let's go back to the classroom. So this is an example of a student class. We need to, okay. Okay, you're welcome, Cream. Okay, so this is an example of what you see in the classroom. So the teachers will share all the homeworks and the lessons in the stream. So you will see in the stream menu the schedule about the Zoom session, when is it, the Zoom link, and also the homeworks or the test. So in this orientation, I will discuss about how you will send your homework and how to answer the test. So in this class example, there is an assignment. Please read the news about COVID. So you want to read this homework. You click that file. You click the name of the homework. And it says that please read the news today about COVID-19 here in Thailand and write a 100 words essay in the Microsoft document and upload the file here. How many points is this homework? Can anyone tell me how many points is it?
20
Okay, it's 20 points. Now, the teacher wants you to send something. What should you send? What file? What file do you need to send?
Microsoft document.
Okay, Microsoft document, or what you call as Microsoft what?
Microsoft Word.
Okay, it's a Microsoft Word. Thank you. So you need to write a 100-word essay to the Microsoft Word and upload the file in here so the teacher can check. Okay, so how will you send your homework when you're finished? In this side, the right side, there is a button of add or create. Click the add or create, and then there is a file button in here where you can upload the file. Click it, and then you select the file from your laptop or computer. Find where you saved it. So for me, I saved it in this folder. And can you see the name of my file, my homework? Yes? Yes or no? Can you see the file of my homework, the file name? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So it followed the same format, your class, your number. So I think I need to rename to M3. Okay. Why is it in Thai? Here. Okay. You need to put your class, your roll number, your nickname, and your last name, and open and upload it in the Google Classroom. It will upload. And you need to click the turn in. Who is using a fan? There is like I can hear a wind blowing. Can you turn off your microphone? Whoever is using a fan. There, thank you. I don't know who has that fan, but thank you for turning it off. So again, once the Microsoft Word or the file is uploaded, click turn in, and it will say that the attachment will be submitted. You just click turn in, and it will be uploaded to the Google Classroom and the homework file of your teacher. Okay, so it's not only for Microsoft Word, it's also for PowerPoint, for a picture, for a video. If you want to submit it, you need to put it in here and click turned in. Can you still delete it? Yes, of course, you can delete it. You click unsubmit if you want to delete it and upload another one. Like you need to change your answer, you can do that, okay? But once you already turned it in, the teacher will be notified that someone already sent the file. Okay. Yes, there it is. So this is my teacher's file, and it says here that one already submitted the homework. So I can go ahead and check your work here. I will click the name of my student who sent the file, and I can put the grade right now and return it to you. Yes, someone asked question. Is it the risk score? No, it's just an example. Tonliu. This is just an example on how to upload your homework or your file in Google Classroom. Okay, so going back, I can see your name in here, and I can put your score in here. I can see your file in here, your homework, and I can return it to you. So for example, there is no error. So I will say very, very good. Thanks for sending your homework. But for example, there needs to be, the teacher will give you a comment about what you need to do or what is your error. The teacher can also put this in the comment here and return the grade to you or send the grade to you. So once the teacher do this on the student account, on your account as a student, you will see that in the classwork, it will say that it's already graded. The teacher already graded your score. And if just in case the teacher wants you to, for example, you didn't have a perfect score and you need to modify or change something, you can resubmit it again. Okay, it depends on whatever the comment of the teacher for you is. Okay, that is how you will upload a file like a homework or a Microsoft uh, PowerPoint to your teacher for assignment and for grading. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So it's up to the teacher actually. The teacher can just do a homework and will just let you send it, or it depends on the teacher and how she will grade it, how she will put the points in here. But this is how you will need to send the file, okay, in the Google Classroom. Next, let's go to the other example. What if you have an online test? What if you have an online test with your class? So if you have an online test, like this one, it will be in a Google form and the teacher will send a link. For example, this one, Teacher Kyle posted a new assignment or a test. So you need to click the link of the online test, and there is a due date. You need to do it today, for example. So if you didn't do it today, you don't have access in it already, I think. So click the link, and this is an example of a test. This is a practice test only. You put your email with your school email, na? Always, every time you do a test or sign in with Google Classroom or anything that you do with the lesson or the class, you need to use your school email. Put your name in English and go on and answer the question, whatever it is. What software do you use to create a presentation? Anyone? Note.
PowerPoint.
Okay, a PowerPoint. Okay, so this is an example test only. So for example, you finish answering all the questions. Now you click submit. Once you submit, you cannot edit it again. Okay? All right, and there will be a required. You cannot go to the next page if you didn't finish the first page. Okay, it depends on the teacher on how she will do the online test. So once you're finished, you click submit, and it will say here that your response has been recorded. You can view your score. If the teacher put the score automatically, you are 10 points. You will see it in here. Now, example, you want to submit another response. Then it will create another file of your test, which is not advisable. It's not advisable to do it again because the teacher will record the first test that you do. Okay, the first test that you did. Now, going back to the classroom, since the teacher posted this exam as an online exam and it is due today, you need to turn it in just like how you do it in this one, but you don't need to send a file. So turning it in, meaning that you want to tell your teacher that you already finished doing your online test. So you click the subject, you click it here, and it will say here to submit your work. Okay, let me unsubmit first because I already submit earlier. Okay, so you will see this one when you want to send or tell the teacher that you already finished your online test. So click mark as done. So it will say you didn't attach work or file for your test. So your teacher will just see it's done. So question, in this online test, do you need to send the teacher a Microsoft Word, a PowerPoint, or any file? Yes or no? Anyone? Hello?
Again, be teacher, I don't hear.
Okay. The question is, it says here that you didn't attach work for test sample. So that means that the Google Classroom informs you that you didn't send any file to the teacher. But on this certain test, does the teacher want you to send any file? Yes or no?
No.
No. That's right. No, because the teacher only wants you to do the test and afterwards tell the teacher that you are already done with the test. So just click mark as done. No need to send any file because the teacher doesn't ask you to send any Microsoft Word or PowerPoint. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
okay. So
Yes.
Yes.
that is how the Google Classroom works. If you have a test or a homework, how to send a file. Again, let's go back. You need to add or create a file to send to the teacher. If you need a PowerPoint or Microsoft Word or pictures or video to send to the teacher, and click submit. If you have an online test, you just need to click the file of the test and answer the test, submit the test, and tell your teacher that you are already done. Mark as done. Are we okay? Is it, do you
Yes.
understand?
Uh,
Okay, do you
yeah.
have any question about Google Classroom? Nope. Okay. I have a question. What should be the format of your file name when you send a file to your teacher?
class number, nickname, last name.
Class, number, nickname, last name. Thank you. And it's in English. Now let me check your names in here. In my computer class, some girls didn't follow the instructions. So let's check. Okay. Who is this girl? Can you read the name? Who is
I
this?
can't I can't read a teacher.
You cannot
น
read.
รัญญาบุญธัญกร
Who is this? Is this with our class?
Him to it, him.
Huh?
ทีม
Him.
who is team
Team
She moved to another province.
Him.
M318?
Him.
in
She moved to
Yes.
another school.
Ah, okay. So this is PIM, right? Okay, so I will
Yes.
just remove PIM in here. Okay. Okay, next. Pancake. Pancake, are you here? Pancake? Yes, Pancake. Can you change your Gmail name and remove the letter M in front of your class number?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, you can do it later on. Okay, let's go to Asian class. Okay. All right. Okay, so I think it's already okay with us. Pancake also needs to rename. So once you rename your Gmail, it will also change all the class names for your Asian and computer. Okay, so I'll just wait for you to actually change it, Pancake. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
teacher.
All right. So to wrap up our online session right now, when you want to join the Zoom meeting, please change the name to the class number, roll number, nickname, and last name, and put your microphone in mute if you don't talk. If you want to talk, put it in or unmute it. Next one is during the submission of the class homework, test, and assignments in Google Classroom, always use your SRN or your school Gmail, and always check your class every time, your subjects every time, because the teacher will post your lessons, your homeworks, and also the Zoom session schedule. So you need to check it from time to time. Is it all clear?
yes
Okay, then I think we're finished with the class right now. So thank you for your time, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't forget to change your picture. Bye, Fern. Bye, Fern. Your picture, please change it to your picture. Bye, Fern.
Okay,
Okay.
teacher. Bye-bye.
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 Thank you,
Thank you.
teacher.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you, teacher.